everyone, I hope you can all see me. This is my first time using this tripod. I took a test shot beforehand, so I should be in frame. But if I'm not, I'm sorry, you can still hear me. Hopefully. Again. So, this is my new camera, you guys. I actually got it. They went ahead and all worked together, my family, and they got me the new camera that I wanted. So I'm very, very happy. I should be taking some nice videos with this camera. If I can completely figure out, it's basically the same camera that I was borrowing from the library at my college, but it's just a newer version of it. So there's a few little things that I have to like tweak and figure out with this camera, but for the most part I am very good at using it. Like I went out and took some photos with them with it, and it was a really good time. So anywho, I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you got every single thing you wanted on your list and are having a great time spending time with your family. I know I am. This is a rare time. It's early in the morning where not really a lot of people are up, so I ran downstairs, got like a shower and ready to make a video really quick before people start coming over and doing things, and you know how family is. They're always doing something. But so yeah, so this video today, I've been thinking about these questions over the past few days, just as I've been doing things and wandering around and talking to people. These are a few questions that I had that came up, and on my channel, one of the main things I like to do is have these discussion questions, because I think it's important to start a dialogue in any community. So these are very good points and questions that I have that I can answer for myself, but I want to see everyone else's answers about them. So that being said, I'm going to start off with the first question that I've been thinking about, that's been bothering me a little bit about these dolls. So my question is, like, what's the point of having them anatomically correct? I know, well, again, not all of them are obviously anatomically correct. Most reborns have cloth bodies, and they don't come with belly plates unless the sculptor sculpts one or you buy a separate one and match the skin tone. But I don't necessarily get the point of them. Why not just have a belly plate that comes up to like here, so even with the diaper they look realistic? But like, I don't understand, it kind of creeps me out, it kind of weirds me out that people want them anatomically correct. I'm sorry if that like offends anyone, but it kind of weirds me out. Like, I don't understand the purpose of it, because you can't post pictures of the doll like that because they look realistic and those are babies' private parts, and you can't make videos without it getting like flagged on YouTube with that, because for the same reason, it's body parts, private parts that usually you don't show. So I really don't get the point of having them on the dolls, especially if they're not like silicone, and they don't do the wet and drink thing. So I don't really understand the purpose of having them on vinyl dolls at all. So if anyone else like has any thoughts on that, or why people like that on their dolls, I think it's weird. And plus, the whole like the full body plate makes the dolls very stiff. I don't really like them at all. So when I do have a belly plate, and I just put it on for like pictures or something that will show just chest area. So, but yeah, oh yeah, here is Amias today. He has a really cute outfit on. I brought a couple things with me that like interchange, that work together. So anyway, so that's the first question. I don't understand like the purpose of that. Maybe for realism, but even still, like, it's not that realistic. Another question that I have, because I thrift shop a lot, as you guys know, is that do you ever feel guilty about thrifting? Like, do you ever think about that you might be taking those clothes away from a real baby who might need them obviously more than you would, or from a parent who's struggling who needs those cheap clothes? I think about that a lot, which is why when I'm done with whatever clothes I have for the dolls, I take it back to a thrift shop, or I put it on my local Facebook Marketplace, and I let someone come pick it up for free usually. Like when I was done using the the car seat I had as a prop. When I was done using that as a prop, I gave that to someone for free. So it does. I do think about it a lot because I don't want to take away from real children, obviously. So that's just something I keep in mind. I'm wondering if you guys ever like have questions about that and what you could do about it. Do what I do if you do start feeling bad about it. When you no longer use those clothes, or if your dolls have used like a lot, or you're done with them for whatever reason, go ahead and like give them back, to the community. Another question I had is for people who have really expensive dolls. Do you guys this is a personal question. You guys obviously don't have to answer it, but do you guys set aside like a separate fund or like a budget that's like, I don't know, like most people set aside money to go see the movies or buy new clothes, or do you set that money aside to buy your really high quality dolls instead? Because for me, since I'm a college student and pretty much every penny goes to either buying new kits or buying new materials, and then clothes and stuff for myself mostly if I need new clothes or any of that. So I'm just like wondering, where do you guys save up this money from? Like, is it what would be like date night money? I'm just wondering. It's just, I don't know. I wonder these things, and probably none of it's my business, but I just think it's interesting to think about how people do this community because it is very expensive. For me, I set aside some money when I'm not buying new clothes. Like if it's not a new season and I don't need to buy anything new, I'll set aside that money extra money that I would make for clothes or anything. I set that aside, and I don't have that many expenses because most of my tuition is paid by financial aid, and so is my housing. So I do set a lot of money aside, mostly to save up for a car, but I'll have a little bit of fun money every now and then, and that's usually where I'll buy a doll. In addition to making money by selling the dolls, I'll buy a doll with that money. Fourth question is, what do you say on outings? I don't think I ever have asked this question though, but this is a fairly common question that people ask. Like, what do you say when you take a doll out and someone says, "Oh, what a beautiful baby," like, what do you say to them? Do you say, "Oh, it's a doll," or you just let them believe that it's a real baby? Usually I immediately tell them it's a doll, and I explain my channel, I explain the dolls, and I'm gonna get cards soon. So if I'm in a rush and I have a doll and I happen to have a doll with me, I'm just gonna pass them to the people who are asking questions instead of asking a million questions, because usually they've never seen anything like it. They have 1,000 questions. How did you get into it? All the like incredibly involved questions that sometimes I don't have the time to answer. So I'm gonna start directing them to my channel. And then the last question is just a little fun question that I have is, do you dress your dolls weather appropriate for your climate or the season? Like, if it's winter, do you actually put them in like long sleeve stuff and like snow suits? Usually I do, but just because it makes for better photos and stuff, and I don't know. And in case I do take one out that I do want it to be weather appropriately dressed, it's just a little thing I do. But as you see today, he's wearing just short sleeves, and it's kind of cold out here. I'm in the sunroom again, obviously. But yeah, so I just, that's a little fun question that I have to wrap up this video. It's been a great couple of days for me. I hope it has for you. Like I said, it's a weird time though, because it's in between Christmas and New Year's, which is always like a weird, busy time. But if I can finalize the plans with my Nana, hopefully next Saturday I will be having some kind of like get together with the local Reborn collectors in Maryland. Nothing big, probably just like I'll have some like hors d'oeuvres, and we'll get together and talk and chat at my Nana's house, because like it's a pretty decently sized house to host people. So I'll let you guys know if that works out, and I'll more than likely film that as well. If not, I'll probably just be going to brunch with someone I actually know who's in Maryland who has a doll. Again, more than likely we'll be filming that as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.